guys, welcome back to The Sweet Harvest. My name is Jessica if you're new here, and today I wanted to do a little garden tour. It's been a while. It is the beginning of August and I want to show you guys what my garden looks like now. So let's go. My sunflowers are in full bloom now. I've got a bunch of bees on them. So this is my chamomile bed. Obviously there's other things in here, but this was originally, that's kind of what we had planned for this, was a chamomile bed. So I've got some chamomile in here. I think it's kind of like on its last days though. I'm gonna have to pick these. But it doesn't look like there's a lot more blooms coming in. Maybe a little bit, but I'm gonna make sure I pick these so that way it'll tell the plant to keep on producing, and hopefully I'll get a little bit more. I keep forgetting about it, so maybe that's why it's kind of dying off already. I planted a sunflower in here and it's super pretty. There's Addie. Always picking tomatoes. You picking tomatoes? Yeah, not that one though, okay? It's not ready. Sorry, I already picked the ready ones today. They're inside. I can go get you some. And I just planted a couple onions in here, some bean plants. Here's a cabbage. It was quite eaten already, but then I sprayed some BT on it. And then that worked. And then since then, there have not been a lot of caterpillars. So it's forming ahead and it's looking pretty good. Got my calendula over here looking really good. Gonna have to harvest these. I use calendula for making salves. So what I do with this is, I think I actually have a video on making a calendula salve for the first time. Was it last year, a couple years ago? I don't know. I think it was 2 years ago. And so I pretty much, I pick it, I dry it, and then I infuse those dried calendula flowers in some olive oil, and then once that's infused, then I'll mix it with some beeswax and then make a salve with it, because it's really good for like skin things. And I want to make moisturizers with it yet, so that's on the list of to-dos, things to learn to do yet. And I love growing calendula. It's super pretty. The garden is looking really pretty. I mean, maybe not all of it. That's a sunflower right there. I knew it was gonna happen. I didn't really expect that sunflower to be tall though. I thought I bought seeds specifically that were not gonna be big sunflowers because I didn't want them to do that. And I guess I got the complete opposite. Not sure how that happened, but this is my amaranth and I love it. Like, it's beautiful. I think I'm gonna grow it again. I only grew it to attract cucumber beetles so they would leave my cucumbers alone. And so far I actually haven't seen any cucumber beetles on here or even on my cucumbers. So I don't know if it actually works because they're maybe not even just here, but I think it's just beautiful. It's weird though because this plant, like, this is the biggest plant I have. Yeah, see, there's an amaranth right over there and it's not that big, and I planted it at the exact same time. And I also have one all the way at the end here too. A couple of them, I guess, also planted exact same time. So I think that kind of like tells you the soil differences. I'm assuming that's kind of what it is, or maybe just more bug pressure, who knows. Because these are, they're tiny compared to that thing. So I don't know, I thought that was a pretty interesting comparison, I guess, to see that. Yeah, tractor. I let my chickens out for a little bit. My cats are like watching them. I don't think my chickens like the cats too much. A lot of them are even, I don't think it's because of the cats, but I think some of the chickens are too scared to get out. These ones aren't though. These ones are like, yes, give me some more grass. I want to eat it. Where are the other ones though? Did they go back? Or are they out here somewhere? Yep, there they are. Hey you, what are you doing? Oh, thank you for getting rid of my weeds. That would be very, very nice. Let's go back to the garden. Since we're over here anyway, I guess I'll show you this part. This is our berry patch. This is what it's looking like now. This is actually a fig tree right here, and it's looking really good. I grew this mostly for drying figs. Costco has these dried figs, organic dried figs that are really good as snacks. So I'm really hoping this will do good, and then we can dry our own figs and just have them as snacks because it's delicious. These are blackberries. I think they're all kind of done producing. Most of these were planted this year. This one I think was planted last year, but it did flood a lot, so we only got a couple of berries. So nothing's like super established yet, but this is kind of the berry patch right now. We got raspberries here, gooseberries, and then these are red raspberries. Those over there are golden raspberries. And then Arya's got chamomile in her garden. This we haven't been picking a lot of yet, so it's like fully in bloom, and it's super, super, super pretty. I love chamomile. It's just so pretty. We've been trying to make Arya come out here and pick them, not by herself. John's been helping her while I do like my garden. We're kind of trying to teach her, like, this is her garden, she's got to take care of it, right? We didn't put any trellises on her tomatoes though. There's tomatoes in her garden, so we're just letting them kind of like sprawl everywhere and see. But she gets so excited whenever there's like a red tomato in her garden. She's like, I found this in my garden. But yeah, so we've been trying to get her to pick her own chamomile, just so she knows, you know, if you want a harvest for something, you've got to work for it, right? So it's been nice. It's been good. So I guess we're on this side of the garden now. Kind of just like flip-flopped. So this is my zinnias, or these are my zinnias, and they are kind of being destroyed by these things. Ugh. Japanese beetles, man, they are the worst. They really are. See? Right there. And we've got some there. I'm gonna have to come back, get some soapy water, or even just, I'll probably just get water, put them in there. Like just tap them in there and then give them to the chickens. But some of my zinnias are like really pretty, but it's just sad because some of them are just kind of like ugly because they're being eaten. I really want to plant more though. That one, I saw it this morning, one of my favorites. Like, it's so weird how zinnias can look like that and then also this. Like, how is that the same flower? I don't understand. But next year I want to grow like a huge like garden of zinnias. So right here on this trellis this is a Kajari melon. I actually haven't put any, let's see, where's the, okay, this is probably the biggest one that I found. And they are small melons, but usually with melons, people take like a little baggie, like a little mesh baggie or something, and they'll like tie it to the trellis just to hold it there, so that way when it gets ripe enough, it won't get too heavy and like, you know, fall off before it's completely ripe. But I don't even know what kind of bags I'll use for those, for that yet. But I really wanted to try this. And I'm getting some fruit, so I'm excited about that. And then over here, these are some red cherry tomatoes that my sister gave me. She thought they were cherry tomatoes anyway, but they turned out to be kind of more of like a grape tomato. But yeah, they are red. I picked some this morning, the riper ones, so kind of not on there yet. And then the rest of the trellis is tomatoes as well. I think I've got some early girl maybe, or yeah, I don't know. That one over there is the Paul Robeson. I don't think I have any ripe ones. Yeah, so far out of this plant, I harvested 2 ripe ones, and this one's getting there. You can see it's kind of like turning a little bit. These ones are really, really great tomatoes. They're really, really good, but they are really prone to splitting like that, and that's like really annoying because most of the tomato is just kind of ruined, right? But they do get pretty big. They're not as prolific, I would say. Like, how many tomatoes are on this plant? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I think that's like 7 tomato plants, and not much else is going on. But and then there's like these. I think these are early girl, or forget the other ones that we planted, but they have a lot more tomatoes on them ripening. And over there's some. And yes, I've got like grass and weeds growing everywhere. Haven't really been maintaining anything. And then we've got these Sun Gold cherry tomatoes. We haven't got like a huge harvest out of them yet, but because like every time we pick some, we'll just eat them right away, because these are amazing. One of the best cherry tomatoes that I've ever had, and my girls really love them too, so that's who are mostly eating them. I'm gonna quickly actually go check on my girls because I don't really know where they are. There we go. It's probably the most I've all like collected in one go. Hey Addie, look what I found. Look what I found. Oh. No, just one. Oh yeah? Yeah, where's Arya? Okay, let's go find her. Addie is in the shop and Arya is inside playing, so they're all good. Okay, so I kind of forget what this looked like in my last garden tour, but I harvested a cabbage from here when I took all of this off, when like it was starting to get warmer and the cabbage moths were coming out, because I figured they kind of destroyed most of this, except for these ones. These ones, they left alone a lot more. No, not those ones. These ones. Yeah, these ones they left alone a lot more. I did pick most of these off and just give them to the chickens, and then just I wanted to wait for them to grow back for like more of a fall harvest, but they're kind of like grown back already. But we got more cabbage moss, so these probably will be eaten all, but maybe I'll spray some of that BT stuff on, which is like an organic insecticide stuff that just kills worms and caterpillars and things like that. And here's a red cabbage that's looking pretty good, but I'm a little bit worried about what it's gonna look like from the inside, because a lot of this was like damaged before and like pooped on by worms, and then it started forming a head. So I feel like, I don't know, that like the inside of it is gonna be all like gross and poopy. I don't know. Here is my celery. This is my first year growing celery, and it's looking pretty good. I don't know, how long are you supposed to wait to harvest it? Like until it gets like as thick as what you would think? I mean, I'm sure you can use it right now. We have actually. My mom actually came here. I was actually sick a couple weeks ago, and my mom came to pick up the girls to watch them there while I was at home, and I could sleep and stuff, get a lot of rest. And then while I was resting, while I was taking a nap, my mom actually came back here and harvested some of my onions and my celery to go make chicken noodle soup, and then she made it and then she brought it back here for me. So I didn't even notice that she was here. but yeah, kind of cool that I got to kind of like contribute to the chicken noodle soup with my produce. That's pretty cool. So here's that giant sunflower. And it's looking pretty sad, but it's like huge. So it's pretty good for like pollinators and stuff, which they're actually not on there now, but usually they are. But yeah, that's kind of sad. I'm gonna really try not to grow such like big headed sunflowers next year, because they just kind of flop over, and I don't really like the look of the big head anyway. I kind of like stuff that's a little bit smaller like that, or even that one over there. We'll have to look into more varieties and see which ones I like better. So there is supposed to be kind of like a path here, but everything is kind of overgrown. I really need to do some weeding. I got some more calendula over here. Here's some dill that I really thought I would pick more of, but my cucumbers didn't even do that great this year. So that's probably why I didn't, because I didn't need it. Because usually I was gonna make pickles, but I didn't really have cucumbers to make pickles with. So it just kind of all went to seed already, which is fine. Then I'll save some of this once it's all dried up, and then I can plant some more dill next year, and then hopefully get more cucumbers. I got some onions in here. There's one there. There might be more, I don't know. But they are all pretty much all ready to be harvested already. I just haven't gotten around to it. Oh look, there's a cucumber. Yeah, it's been so hot that like the cucumber plants just kind of all died. But the last couple days it's been raining a lot, so it's probably just doing a little bit better now. But the next week I think is supposed to be hot again, so I don't think we'll do very well. Here's where most of my onions are. Got onions there, 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 there. Honestly, there's onions over there too, I think. More celery over here. I got carrots over here. This one already is going to seed, but I think I'm gonna let it, and then I'm just gonna collect the seeds from that one. And I think I can probably harvest all of my carrots already. From the carrots that I have harvested, which were like a couple of them, they're not that great. They taste like earthy and like bitter. So I don't know, it might just be the weather. I think it may be just too hot. I don't know. You guys probably know. If you know why that's happening, let me know, because I want to grow a lot of carrots, but they just never do that great for me. So, but I think maybe it just has to be cooler. Maybe I can find a place that's a little bit more in the shade, and then maybe they do a little bit better. Maybe it's even the soil as well. This is the first year garden, so the soil's not going to be that great. So I'm just going to keep trying and see next year how they turn out. Hey Addie, what do you have? You got a bucket? With a tomato in it? Cool, you helping me out? Awesome, thank you. This is what my corn looks like so far. I don't know, what is this thing called? I don't know, but they've got little hairs and they're pink. I think that's pretty cool. Oh, Japanese beetles on here too. Come on guys, don't you just leave anything alone? But like this is popcorn. I don't know if I said that before, but I put some popcorn kernels in the ground and it's growing, and I'm really excited about them. I also don't know when you can harvest them. Like, I'm guessing popcorn you have to wait for everything to dry, right? That makes the most sense. I'll have to look into that again. Here's some peppers. This looks like it's either Alessia or no, I think these are the California Wonder bell peppers that Aria chose, that she wanted to grow. And got some more peppers here. What is this? Is there anything even producing? Can't see anything. Everything's kind of entangled. But I got, where's the basil? I got basil. That I just harvested quite a bit from it, so it's kind of like looking sad. Get that tomato and that one as well. That's pretty good. Got another pepper plant over there. Let's see, what is this? Oh yeah, these are jalapenos. No, are they? They're actually, that one looks a little bit skinny to be a jalapeno. No, I think they're jalapenos because the only other thing I planted, yeah, they're definitely jalapenos. Oh, they're definitely ready to pick. I should pick some and make some hot sauces. That's kind of what I'm looking forward to with my jalapenos. Making hot sauce and like a hot sauce, like a fermented pepper mush. What I like to do with that is you make a hot sauce, but you just don't blend it up and put vinegar in it and like strain it out to make like it become a sauce. You just keep it as like fermented, cut up like peppers, or I don't know. So like you take the jalapenos, garlic, sugar, I don't know what else, I forget, a little bit of water, I think, and then you blend it all up and you just let it ferment for a couple weeks, and then that stuff is really, really good in specifically like creamy pastas. Really good, and it's quite spicy. Obviously, it depends on if your jalapenos are spicy, or your peppers, whatever kind of peppers you're using are spicy. But mine were really spicy, so you just put a little bit in pretty much anything. You can put it on any type of thing. I've just noticed it's really good on like creamy pastas. And this over here, that's my zucchini. I kind of forget about the zucchini, and then I harvest them when they are like really big. Originally, I was actually doing that on purpose because I wanted to use the zucchini for like zucchini bread and like desserts and stuff. So I was just, they didn't need to be like small and the best for cooking fresh, I guess. So I was just letting them get as big as possible so I would get more of them, right? I would shred them up and then freeze them, but I did that already and I have like bags and bags of them in my freezer, and I'm still collecting some. So I want to try to harvest them when they're small now so I don't have so much zucchini, and because I really don't need that much. But I mean, it is good like to add a little bit more vegetables into anything, like pastas. That's what I'm actually going to do tonight. I'm going to be making a lemon zucchini pasta. I'm really excited about it. I made it once before and it was like last year, I don't know. So I'm excited about that. And here I got some potatoes. My first year growing potatoes as well. I think I'm gonna for sure do it differently next year. Yeah, I think these ones, yeah, there are some potatoes here, but this is all like covering it. So I don't know how well they're gonna do. So yeah. Oh, hi Zuko. Hi. Next year I'm gonna have like a bigger space of potatoes, I think, and have like a big row of them. So I'll get a lot more potatoes. Same thing with onions. I don't think I'm gonna like disperse them out everywhere. I might do a little bit of the like kind of like chaotic garden that I've been trying to do, but for a lot of things that I want to grow a lot of, I'm gonna try to like section off a place just for them, and then maybe like line it with onions and flowers, and I don't know. We'll see what I do next year. Here I've got most of my peppers are here. So I've got jalapenos and lessias. These are lessias, I'm pretty sure. That's what they look like anyway. And then I got a couple of cayenne peppers. So I've got this cayenne pepper and then that cayenne pepper over there. And the rest should be jalapenos, lessias. Yeah, that looks like a lessia, which are very sweet peppers. And yeah, here's a lessia too. And then I think my jalapenos are here, 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 and over there. And then some cayenne. And then a couple of those bell peppers. And I got some cinnamon basil over here. Got this kale over here. And This trellis is cucumbers, which are dying off. My tomatoes. The thing was cucumbers, tomatoes, cucumbers, tomatoes, cucumbers, tomatoes. My tomatoes are doing pretty good. Cucumbers are pretty much all dying and not producing much anymore. So,
Mama.
Hi. Look over here. Say hi. Hi. Yeah. So these tomatoes over here on these trellises, I think they are mostly early girl tomatoes, or early girl, and then these ones are the sun gold cherry tomatoes, and I think I got early girl again. And then I thought I grew Amish paste as well, but I don't know if they came up. I feel like they didn't. I don't think any of my seeds came up. Got kittens this year too. We got 2 of them. This one's Zuko. The black one is Azula. This little guy or girl, has 2 different color eyes. She's got a blue one and a greenish, brownish one, like a normal cat eye. I love them. I love having cats. They're just farmy. You know, when you think of having a homestead, you think of having like barn cats. Now we don't have a barn, but we've got cats, and they like to hang out in the shop too. So I love it. I love seeing the cats just play, and just in the garden too. It's adorable. That is my garden. That's how it's doing at this time in August, beginning of August. And I'll try to do another update in maybe a couple weeks or something. Thank you guys so much for joining me in my garden tour, and I hope you guys have a great week, and I'll see you next time. Bye!